What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Listen, what's going on, guys? A brand new day. Today is Monday, March 23rd, man, 2026. The year is going by so fast. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast the year is going by. But we're here trying to make the best use of the year and make the best use of everything that he has to offer us because it's progressing, but within this progression there are lots of opportunities we need to take hold of and continue to grow and continue to be prosperous and continue to you know just to enjoy life, man. So give it up for 2026 and give it up for March. you know there's a bunch of opportunities, I said, coming up, and you know it is what it is. So we're being grateful for everything, guys. So I know you guys see the caption. um what's been going on over the weekend? Trump gave America. This guy don't play. This guy is, listen, if he promised you something, better yet believe he's gonna keep that promise and he's gonna deliver on whatever he promises on. And over the weekend he promised um, whatever leadership left of Iran or the new Ayatollah or whatever it is. Like, listen, man, I'm giving you guys 48 hours to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and if you don't, there there are going to be consequences, and we're going to bomb your power grid and your power infrastructure. So I'm guessing that they caved because this morning Trump um, posted something on Truth Social to the effect that um, United States are holding some productive discussion, and give them, he's gonna ask the Department of War to pause any strike or ongoing strikes on the Iranian infrastructure for the next 5 days because they're reaching some sort of progressive and hopeful and meaningful conversations. And this has been going on over the past 2 days. And just so you know, the ultimatum Trump gave them was on Saturday. And so yeah, so we paused any further strikes on their facilities and stuff like that until further notice, he said. So this is a win for the United States, and this is a win for the world, I guess, because the strait might be reopened in very short order. And yeah, the region might be a little bit stabilized now due to those talks or whatever it is. So my guess is that they're talking to the not the national security advisor of Iran, but the foreign minister. They're probably talking to the foreign minister, but the guess is who that foreign minister is talking to. Is he talking to Ayatollah? Is he talking to the president? Or whatever leadership structure is he talking to? But that's who I'm guessing that we're talking to, the foreign minister of Iran. But the thing is, I don't trust these people. They probably trying to buy some time. I'm thinking they are buying some time with these talks. The Iranians, they're buying time, and so on and so forth. And listen, man, I don't trust them. So so that's what's going on there, and that's what's happening, and that's what the uh the administration is saying, that they're holding some productive talks with them over the past few days. But listen, man, when Trump said he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it, man. And whether you like this guy or not, this guy is one of the most consequential presidents we ever had in a very long time because he don't play. he deliver on promises. So other stories that happened over the oh, before I get to other stories, so this just pretty much goes to show that this war was really bearing on the market, because right after Trump posts that they're having talks with Iranian and they're productive talks, the Dow pre-market shoot up like 1,000 points. The Nasdaq was up pre-market at like, I think it's up like, was up like 400 points, and the S&P 500 was up significantly as well. So this goes to show that this war is really bearing weight on the market, and that's why the market was, I mean, was and is currently trending down for the better part of before this incursion excursion actually happened. This market was bearing down significantly over the past months. I think ever since it was like late December or whatever it is, ever since there was talks that we might get involved with Iran in some type of military operations, the market was going down over the period. But yeah, this goes to show that the war was really creating uh, and continue to create market turmoil. So let's see. I believe that after this war ends and after everything straightened out, whatever time it takes to straighten out, I believe that there's going to be a massive rally in the market. There's going to be a massive rip. The market is going to rip to the upside and it's going to take out all its all-time highs and it's going to rip massively. And because oil, as I said before, and you guys probably know this too, oil, has a lot to do with everything. Oil is the lifeline, it is the blood of the world economy. Oil makes finances happen. Oil make transportation happen. Oil make flight happen. Everything you can really think of relies on oil. And if oil prices are going up, then the system is not stable, and everything is going to be ultimately more expensive, and everything is gonna like get crazy. So that's why you see the rip in the market, pre-market this morning, and that's why you see all of that stuff. But what else is going on out there? So so the previous Ayatollah who passed away um, when this operation started said that they had the only ballistic missile that they had could go up to 1,300 miles, right? So that's why we don't trust these people, and that's why we shouldn't trust these people, because they're lying. So the Iranians attempted to fire, or they fired uh, two ballistic missiles um, to a, and they targeted a military base um, that is jointly owned by the British and the United States, or I don't know how the ownership structure go, but British and United States military personnel and is there in that base. It's a joint base. So they attempted to fire, or they did fire two ballistic missiles and aimed and targeted this base called Diego Garcia, and that base is over or approximately 2,500 miles away from Iran. And I guess these missiles were intercepted or whatever it is. But this goes to show that the Iranians have more firepower than they were claiming, and then they really like tell the international community they had. But this goes to show that 2,500 miles away from Iran, north or northeast or northwest, you going into Europe. So this goes to show that they have, just like what Trump was saying earlier, they have ballistic missiles that goes as close, travel at this like Mach 1 or Mach 2 or whatever it is. These are kind of hypersonic missiles or close to hypersonic missile that can be that can target Europe from Iran. Because from 2,500 miles from Iran northwest is you're looking into France, Germany, Europe. You look into the EU. You know what I mean? So they can hit the EU from Iran. And we've been saying this for a long time, but a lot of people would think we were stupid and we didn't know what we are talking about. But that goes to show that, the intelligence Trump was getting was actually correct. The intelligence was correct, and they targeted Diego Garcia, but it was a unsuccessful target, and nothing really happened. And but this goes to show that they have all these missiles and stuff like that. But another thing too is where are they getting these missiles technology from? Um, Reports that China is helping them to create some of these missiles that travel at hypersonic speed. And that's crazy, crazy, crazy. And how are they targeting these facilities and stuff like that? Because their radar systems are down, and most of their military equipments are down, get destroyed, totally obliterated, and the news and the rumor has it that China is helping them with navigational infrastructure and helping them with their satellite. And just so you all know that China has a system that is Chinese owned, Chinese made, and Chinese used to our. You see how we use GPS here in America? China have their own type of GPS system. They don't rely on the global positioning system that it was created by America, but they have their own GPS system that they use because they think that in in the event of China and the United States getting into any type of military conflict or military incursion or whatever it is, they want to know that they have the power to use their weapons because America can say, "Hey, listen, man, shut China off the global positioning system and blind them." So they don't want to be blinded by us because we own that. So they own their own GPS system that is Chinese made and Chinese operated and Chinese maintained. And yeah, and that's what I'm guessing, or that's what the rumor is saying that they're sharing with Iran and IRGC. That's why IRGC are hitting some of these targets with precision because of the Chinese GPS equivalent system that they have over there. So I know that China and Russia is they're pretty much like even though they claim they want to see all of this stop, but I believe that they don't really care and they want to see this go on because they want to deplete, they want to see the military operations and stuff, the, depleted. America, I mean, not the military operation, but they want to see America's military stockpile depleted. And while we sidetracked by this war, they want to, probably at some point do what they need to do. And, all eyes are on the Middle East right now, so they're under the radar. And they're covertly helping Iran. We're not stupid. We know that. They're covertly helping them because that's how it is, man. That's how it is. We're defending Taiwan. We're sending weapons to Ukraine and stuff like that. So why China wouldn't or Russia wouldn't help Iran? Because, you know, that's their allies. That's their allies. So that's what's happening. And yeah, it's that's what it is. So I wasn't surprised to know that they were actually doing all of that stuff, or the intelligence is coming out that they're actually doing all of this stuff. So what do you guys think? What's gonna come out of this ongoing talks? what United States is having with Iran. Um, I don't know. I think these people are just buying time. When I say these people, I'm saying the Iranians. I think they're just buying time and they're just trying to get some time to really assess the situation and slow down the situation. But Trump give them 5 days, 5 days of no strikes, 5 days of, I would say, maybe like a miniature ceasefire, but it's not a total ceasefire. Because the talks are happening, and as I said, I believe that they're talking to the foreign minister of Iran is talking to the United States government, but who that foreign minister is getting um, is talking to, and etc., etc. So we shall see, guys. We shall see. But this is getting interesting and serious at the same time because we desperately, not only us, like the world desperately need that strait to be reopened because that's like a choke point for commerce and everything is getting out of whack. Fertilizer prices are getting out of whack, oil is getting out of whack, and so on and so forth. Oil take a dip this morning though after Trump posted on Truth Social about the ongoing talks. Oil tumbled, so let's see how far oil is going to tumble from here on if it's going to continue to go back down to the equilibrium, yeah, the equilibrium, like to the medium price or the mean price or the average price it was before all this started. We shall see what's going on. We shall definitely see what's going on. But I'm just hoping for the best, and I'm just hoping that some of I'm just hoping that these talks are really progressive, man. I'm just hoping that they're really progressive and they're real and they're not just buying time. You see what I mean? So yeah, guys. So that's what's going on um, over the past few hours, and that um, I believe that the Iranians might come to the conclusion that listen, man, this war is going on for a while now. Our government structure is completely broken and decimated, and but at the same time too, they want to that's all that's the type of system work. They want to keep holding on to power. So and for real, they have succession structures there. So even if this current Ayatollah that is hiding somewhere in his bunker and just not making any public appearances, and he's just like sending the words out because he's scared. Who wouldn't be scared, actually, when dealing with America? This is America, man. This is American military might. You have to be scared. Who wouldn't be scared? So even if he got caught up somehow and, get injured or overthrown or whatever it is, or even taken out, there also somebody behind him. All those government officials or all those regime enforcers that were taken out, there's always a succession plan behind the next one, behind the next one, behind the next one. That's how their system works for their government structure to continue to work in the way it does and in the way it is. That's how it is. There's always like a succession plan uh, for the next Ayatollah or for the next personnel who's going to take over and run stuff. But I believe that they're lying to us and they're going to keep lying to us and they're going to lie just to have their way, especially with this missile development that we figured out that they have these hypersonic missiles that can really target, um, at this point, could target Europe because Europe is it's less than 2,500 miles away from Iran, and they targeted Diego Garcia, and this shows that they do have They do have these stuff, man. But again, they're gonna lie and say whatever they want to say just to not, you know, just to trick us in a way, just to keep doing what they're doing. Because they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Hey guys, so that's what's up, man. That's what's going on. Currently on the road driving, so I gotta keep you guys up to date about what's going on um, with this war and the latest developments. This war is going on so fast, and the pace of this operation is so fast. So whatever I said here can change at any point in time, and can change at any point within the next few minutes or within the next few hours, because you know I think the president is really, he knows what's coming. He knows the midterm is coming, and he knows that high oil prices and high gas prices and high prices at the pump, supermarket, high prices in general across the United States will not help him if he wants to have his party control both both branches of government and control Congress, which is the Senate and the House, and he's the president anyway. So if you want the Republicans to maintain leadership and maintain control of the Senate and the House, he knows that high prices will not help across the country. And over the past few weeks, prices have been going up. Not only gas, because we tied gas and oil back into every other prices and prices of food and commodity. And if this continues to go like this, there's a fair chance that he might lose either the Senate or the House, one of them. So he's working religiously to have this thing expedited and have this operation end as quick as possible, because because what is at stake if it doesn't happen. So we shall see, man. We shall see what's going on, and we shall see what this all turns out to be, because it is getting ugly out there. And me myself, I don't drive more than I need to drive. I don't be driving like that. I don't be driving. Essential driving only. That's what I've been practicing over the past few weeks, because gas is getting out of hand. I know it's just temporary. The president said it's going to be a temporary measure, but you know, with everything going up, food, gas, and everything, it's just unbearable, man. So we shall see. As I said, anything can change within the next few hours, because the president is trying to get this wrapped up and over with, and have the straight reopen. And I'm surprised that, what I'm surprised about. This is what I'm surprised about. Over the years, I know that we always be out there, like from a NATO perspective, from a NATO perspective, right? Whenever any European country or whatever, any country that is in NATO is in trouble, or they're facing some sort of adversary, we are always there for Europe. We're always there for any country at all. And when it comes to the United States, they double guess if they should help us or not, just in case our back is against the wall. And I really don't understand that. I really don't understand that. Even with the whole military, using the whole military facility and military base, when we sent a formal request over to United Kingdom, over to England, whatever it is, and they were double guessing if they should help us or not. That's not how we deal with them. We are so loyal to these European countries. We are so loyal to some of these countries over there that we always be helping. We always be helping. And when it comes on to the United States, they will not help us, or they will not help us at their full potential. I've seen that. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over again. But I'm surprised that this time some of them have actually come to the table and want to really like figure this thing out and send some of their military might into that area to try to reopen the strait. And to be frank, they're not. That is not only helping us; it's helping them too. Because as I said before, and as everyone knows, that with the strait closed, it's hurting them more than it's hurting us. So they're only helping their own self-interest. But honestly, I noticed that with Europe, they don't come to America's rescue as much as we go to their rescue. We are more the give to Europe, and they just take, and never really come to our aid at times. And we're not even asking for much though. We're not even asking for much. Probably ask to use a base, ask some little favor here and there, but nothing significant as what we'll do for them. You understand? And that's how they treat us, man. But I'm surprised that they really, really stepped up to the plate and try to want to figure this thing out militarily with the strait with their military and their ships or whatever they can send there to really beef up security for vessels to pass through the strait. But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, man. Have a blessed and productive day. This is your boy Jermaine Views. Please remember like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll be definitely notified whenever I drop any content, current affairs, fragrance, travel, whatever I do, man. You'll be notified whenever I drop anything, man. Thank you guys for watching. You don't have to watch, but you do watch, so we do appreciate you for that. And